everyone. My name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are Your Bourbon Journey. Before us, we have another bottle that we picked up at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. This is Silk Velvet Whiskey. When we purchased this bottle, Rebecca was in the process. I believe you were standing in line for the dark arts.
For the buff turkey, yeah.
Yes, for the buff turkey. And I was
But we had tasted it the night before.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so we had tasted this the night before. So I was standing over where Silk Velvet was. And this was something that we had not had. They had just released it just a previous day or so. Mm-hmm. And we've met the family before, the Hargis family, very nice people. The two wives came out and they started pitching this. And I'd kind of already made a determination I was going to buy it.
Yeah, you went over there for the reason to buy it.
I did. And so they gave me another taste. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and grab a bottle. And they asked us to sign the barrel. Rebecca walked over and she signed the barrel for both of us because my signature kind of looks like a doctor. And so anyhow, this is the bottle we're going to try today. And I'm going to give you a little information about that bottle. This is Silk Velvet Small Batch. Its classification is Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. The company is Hargis Spirits LLC and Western Kentucky Distilling Company. The distillery that it was originally at was Green River Distilling and Western Kentucky Distilling under Jacob Call as the master distiller at both places. The mash bills are a combination of 4 barrels of 6.5-year-old, 78 corn, 13 winter rye, 9% 6-row malted barley, and then 8 barrels of a 4.5-year-old of 71% corn, 20% winter rye, and 9% 6-row malted barley. It's a 4-year-old with a 107 proof. The MSRP is $49.99. It was released at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival in September of 2025, and we purchased it that day of the Kentucky Bourbon Festival for that same price of $49.99.
We have had their single barrel. We reviewed their single barrel, which is terrific. We went to their original opening of the single barrel when they had a pairing dinner at Cap and Cork in Henderson, Kentucky, because this is from Henderson, Kentucky. And so we've loved their single barrel. We love the bright blue label. It's like a powder blue label. It's gorgeous. So we're very excited to see this because this is going to be more widely distributed because it's not a single barrel. It's a blend. So they can do a little more with it and get it out there in the market. We were very excited. And the price point is $30 less than a single barrel. Yes. So it makes it very affordable. Anytime you can find a great whiskey under $50, I think that's an all-day win. So.
And also, if Jacob Call's making it, he could distill a shoe and it would just end up working well.
He's got so much experience and he is an 8th generation master distiller. So it's kind of in his blood.
Yes, yeah. It is. And so let's go ahead and pick up our glass because we tried it that day, but it was in one of the teeny little cups. And then we did have some at the Kentucky barbecue event that we went to. We did.
We paired it with barbecue, which was phenomenal. That was a great event. We didn't do a full video on that. We did do a couple shorts on that though, which is pretty fun.
Well, I'm gonna kind of.
It's got a really nice color to it. I think it's a medium amber. Yeah.
Trying to see if I get a rim going, but come back to that. This has a really good nose.
I found that the mash bill interesting because Jacob Call loves that 70-21-9%. I mean, he even talked about it at the event we went to at the Bourbon Festival, that's his legacy percentage that he loves. So this one has 2 different ones, which I thought was pretty fascinating.
Yes.
Love the nose.
I'm getting a little bit of an orange type scent. There's a citrus for me.
The first thing I got was cinnamon. And there is a sweetness of caramel.
I do agree that there's sweetness. I'm not picking up caramel. It might be vanilla, which is close.
Or even a little bit of vanilla and brown sugar. Sometimes when those are together in the nose, it makes me think of caramel, but it could be vanilla and brown sugar.
It's a very bright smelling whiskey.
Yeah, it's not like dark. So it's very nice. It's got some legs forming now, which are taking a little while to form, but that viscosity is starting to come through. And again, we have a combination of ages here, which I think is great. I do like the nose. It's very inviting. It makes you want to drink it. Hint, hint.
Yep. So, cheers. Let's go ahead and see if this Silk Velvet whiskey is all it's cracked up to be. Cheers.
Cheers. That's good.
I'm getting the orange. I'm getting orange in the front, which is very different than a lot of bourbons and or whiskeys that I have. Getting that, getting a tad of cinnamon. It's proof, I forget off the top of my head.
I think it was 107.
107? Mm-hmm. I think it drinks actually under its proof.
I think it drinks right at its proof, and I agree with Wayne. I'm getting that orange note. For me, the brightness of the orange on the palate, it's almost like it's been flambéed. Like you took the orange and you flambéed it, and then like you were making a cocktail with it and you squeezed it over the drink. That's the aroma and the taste that I'm getting. So I'm guessing the orange note is coming in with some barrel around it.
Yes.
It's like a charred orange. And I'm finding that pretty fascinating, to be honest. I'm really liking that.
I'm finding it quite different. And I don't mean that different as peculiar. If we turn around and start grabbing bottles back here, most of them we're going to grab, we're not going to find this type of profile.
Yeah, I find orange more frequently in ryes, but I do find sometimes citrus notes. I often get like a lemon zest and some wild turkeys, things like that. But orange, I'll be honest, I do get orange quite a bit in Green River products. So the fact that part of this distillate was made at Green River when Jacob was still there, it doesn't really surprise me.
And the fascinating thing I find about Jacob Call and the different places that he's worked with and developed stuff for is a lot of them, I don't think, have a consistent profile. In other words, you taste like Western distilling. We've had that. And I don't get it there.
Well, it's also being stored somewhere else. So.
Yes. So he definitely has this ability to take this same mash bill and then make it different based on the needs of other people. And that's a talent.
Well, and we know that you can have 100 barrels out of one run, and they could be stored on the same floor of the same warehouse, and every barrel is going to taste different. Yep. That is not uncommon, which is why the big dogs that have so much to do so much blending, because they're trying to get to their profile, right? They're trying to get to this consistent profile, which is really a challenge because they're trying to make that. If you're doing small batch or you're doing single barrel, that doesn't matter as much. But when something you put out every day of the week, you want your customers to always taste that. So barrels are persnickety and they can go all different ways. And so I think it's I do like this though.
I do too. And I think for a young business and an up and comer, that it's important to go ahead and have something that is not a series that's sort of an independent or individual type release to where people are going to grab this and go, okay, but it still makes them interested in wanting to grab what else you've got.
Right. I think key for a new brand such as this one, and it's not a brand new brand. Let's be clear. This is from the 1800s. It's been resurrected. It was always in Henderson. It kind of grew up with family ties. The story is pretty terrific. Go to their website and read their story. We won't get into that today, but it is pretty fascinating. They were very connected with Peerless at the time, which was also in Henderson then. But I think a key point is to make a small batch that is more accessible to more people.
Yes.
They started out with the single barrels because they just had to get it out there in the market. But taking the time to blend and getting something like this out that is under $50, again, I think that price point is really critical.
It is.
And it's going to give a lot of people a chance to try this.
And it's going to lead people, I think, to go ahead and try their other stuff, their more specialty releases. And it stands up differently to the others that we have.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I absolutely recommend this as a buy all day long. So if you're looking for a great under $50 whiskey, that's a good bourbon, made by a great distiller, and it's a great family. We've met them. They're awesome people. You just want to cheer for them. You want them to be successful. Then you should really give Silk Velvet Whiskey a try.
Absolutely. I was just doing the finish there. And the finish, that orange component is lasting through this entire bourbon for myself. And I find it very enjoyable. It's not a real sweet orange. To me, it's a little bit more of that orange peel, sort of a zest.
Or charred. I'm still getting charred notes with it.
And it's very enjoyable. It's very different, very good.
I think the finish has notes of cinnamon, and it's got that light brightness, but I think it's got cinnamon and maybe little pops of pepper, and that char. Again, I'm getting that char that's coming through, which I really love that in a barrel note. It's not overwhelming in any way, but it's very tasty. It's got some nice layers. So the finish is long, and it has some complexity to it, which I appreciate.
So we're going to go ahead and raise our glasses to Silk Velvet, the Hargis family. You guys are really outstanding. You've always been nice to us when we've seen you. We love the opportunity to review this bourbon. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly. And for today, we hope that you're drinking Silk Velvet whiskey. Cheers.
Cheers.